So now I connected my quadcopter to computer using this USB cable, and this is a C-type USB cable. So I connected and I already installed this betaflight so that you can see here, and whatever drivers is required, make sure you install so that it will be detected just like this one. Okay. Now you just connect because it is detected now. That's why you can just click on connect. If it is not detected, you need to install these drivers. It's very important. Otherwise, this board won't be detected. Okay. Just click on connect. So yeah, you can see here it is detecting whatever sensors available in this board. You can see, and you can see this board. So when I'm moving this, see, it is reacting just the way, okay, like this. So yeah, you can see here. Okay, so everything is proper here. So now you can go to these ports, and you can see here this UART2 port is enabled for serial RX because that is the port we will be using for our uh, receiver, because I'm using ELRS receiver, right? So for that we need this serial RX, so we need to enable this so that it will communicate with the board. Okay, so that's why this is enabled serial RX, because I connected to your UART port 2. Okay, next you can go to this configuration. So in case if you change the board orientation, that you can correct uh, here. Okay, if you, for example, this board you connected opposite, that means how many degrees you rotated that board, you can mention so that the sensor movement will be proper. Okay, you can identify here. See, when I'm moving like this, it is going left, right, left, right, left, right, like this. See, so if it is not giving the exact movement like this quadcopter, that means maybe you rotated the board in a different direction. So because of that, it is not taking exactly like this quadcopter. To correct that, in the configuration, you can change the angle. That's it. So that it will be corrected. Just change the angle and just click on save and reboot. That's it. Okay. And you can see here the sensors are there, like accelerometer. We also have a barometer here. Magnetometer is not there. If you add GPS, then it will be available. Okay, so later videos I will be adding the GPS. That time we can see that as well. Okay, and you can give a name for your quadcopter if you wish. You can give any name you want. Okay, then you can enable this feature soft serial if you want. So if you want to know more about, okay, I'm enabling OSD because this will have on-screen display, right? Yeah. So if you don't want any of these features, you can turn it off. Okay. So later I'll be adding LED strip. That time I will enable this. Okay. You can also add additional sensors like sonar and all. That time you can enable this. At present, I don't have any of these sensors now. So that's why I'm not enabling any of these options. So you can see here, these are the beeper related. I didn't add a beeper, but if you add a beeper, you can enable all these things. So these are the presets. If you wish any of these presets you want to add, you can add. I am not planning to add anything now. So if you wish to do any PID tuning and all, you can use this tab. And receiver. So you need to configure your receiver, means how your receiver is uh, communicating with the flight controller board, that you can select. So you need to enable this serial via UART because it is communicating through your UART port. So you can select, and what kind of protocol it is using. Okay, so you can select, because I'm using ELRS, so that you can select this CRSF, that means crossfire. And see these features, if you wish you can enable it. So currently I enable this telemetry. Okay, later we'll see more advanced options in this. Okay, so that's it. Yeah, so once you power it on, you can see whether it is communicating with the receiver or not. Okay, that's it. So we will use this option. Because of that only, you can see here in the ports UART port, we enable the serial RX. Okay, so you can select this and just click on this save and reboot. I just can click on connect. That's it. So now you can see receiver crossfire. So um, we can check this also. Once I power it on, I will check everything. Okay. Then here we will be enabling the modes. So you can assign a specific switch for a particular mode. Okay. As usual, I'll be using the angle and horizon and acro. So it's the same. I already configured in the previous video. Same, like just you need to assign one button in the transmitter to change the modes. Okay. So here you can come and you can check the motor direction, make sure your motor direction is proper. In case motor direction is not proper, you will have the option to change the motor direction as well. Okay. So that option also is there. Okay. You can check one by one, like, and here you can select what protocol your board supporting. Okay, so you can see this feature like yeah, so ESC protocol you can see here, D short 300 600, so you can select any one. Okay, D short 300 and 600, so you can select any one, and so you can enable this. That's the safety feature. So when it is on, props won't be moving. Okay, and idle. So this is too much, till it will be more. So you can bring it down. Okay, we'll see that now. So first power the quadcopter with the battery so that we can see the motor direction. Is it proper or not? In case the motor direction is not proper, what you can do, you can make use of this option and you can change it. Okay, so like that. So it is already, we have seen this option in the previous videos. Okay, but the good thing is you can change the motor direction and reorder the motors, and you can see on screen display OSDs. Also what and all things you want to see on the screen you can select. So people will have a different you know, arrangement, like what and all things they want to see. You can enable the particular thing and you can place it wherever you want to see that particular thing. See, for example, you want to see the low voltage here, so that's your personal preference, like how you want to see. Just say save, that's it. Then once it is done, it is ready for flying. Okay, so you can assign one switch in the transmitter and you can enable the switch so that you can adjust this bar like based on the switch position. So angle, and this is horizon, like depend on the switch position, like starting switch position you can keep it like this. Okay, so that's depend on how you assign the switch. Okay, so you can say set everything and save. So I'll show you once I set up everything. I'll show you what and all things I've done. Okay, yeah, I'll be back once I set all these modes and assigning switch in the transmitter. Okay, I'll be back. Now everything is ready. So what I did here is like I uh, assigned some switches here for the flight modes. Okay, so I assign all the switches. You can see here now. So you can come here in the modes. Okay, so this button I assigned for arming. You can see here, right? And this button I assigned for the modes, like first will be angle mode, second will be horizon mode, third will be acro mode, like this. And you can see here the receiver is working fine. So when I'm adjusting the yaw, it is affecting the yaw. See, roll, okay, and pitch. Yeah, everything is working properly. So now everything is working properly, and in the OSD, for now I just added only this much, like signal strength for the OSD. I added this. Okay, based on your choice, you can add whatever you like to add. Okay, and motors direction. So I checked the motor direction. So you can enable this and check one by one. In case if the motor is not rotating in correct direction, you can see each motor direction here. So by clicking on this, and you can say okay. So individually you can, so by clicking on this, the motor will be rotating. Okay, so okay, so if the motor is rotating properly, just leave it like that, or else just click on the reverse like that. Okay, so like that you can change the motor direction. Okay, that's very simple and easy way to do this. And yeah, now everything is fine. Just you do the accelerometer calibration one last time, and yeah, then good to go. So everything is fine here. Okay, if you want to give some name, you can give a name here. Whatever name you want for your pod, you can add. Okay. Yeah. This presets is a choice, like you can assign a particular preset. PID tuning you can do later. Okay, receiver modes, everything is assigned here. Motors also, I check the direction, everything is proper. Then according to the motor direction and all, I added a proper propeller here. Okay. So now everything is fine. Now I'll just go for a test flight, and I'll show you how it will fly.